Welcome to the block party, everybody. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Sissy, Brother Halcyon. Hello, Sheila. Here, I'll turn Trina loose. You want to say hello to some of the people?
Hi, y'all. I see Kukla. There's Pickles. Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight?
How about you, Dallas? You want to say hello to anybody?
Oh, yeah, I see Tommy Jenkins, Diana Spy, Kukla, obviously, Billy. I saw a brother in here earlier, Brother Halcyon.
Halcyon. How about you, Mr. Mike?
Well, yeah, Hannah's here, and Kukla, of course, as always. It's good to see all you guys. Man, it just scrolls so fast, Mark. You just like
it does move fast.
Pibble Mom and Pickle Speak together. That's pretty cool. So,
hi, we got Pickle's Mom and Pickle Spec? No, that'd be fun.
Pibble Mom.
And Pibble. Oh, all right. Trina, how about like over on your Rumble side? Do you want to be able to pull them up and acknowledge them? They get left out a lot because of the way
Nurse Lynn. Dallas knows who Nurse Lynn is. She went to Florida with us, so we've had road trip with Nurse Lynn.
Yep.
So, what did you think of that whole healing center down there?
I mean, I enjoyed my time. It was just a chance to connect. I mean, and see people that I hadn't necessarily seen in person. But it all has its place, and I think that I think it's kind of possibly the precursor to the full blown med beds. But I think the residencies and the frequencies I think are very powerful. I brought back the grounding mats for my wife specifically. I mean, that's why I went there, was for her. And it's made a difference. I mean, it definitely helps to ground yourself, but I've been working on doing that from before I went. So, but it's just another cog in the wheel. It's another piece of the process, but I enjoyed it down there, getting to meet everybody.
How about you, Trina? You did it.
You have to go to experience everything once, and the frequencies really helped my lungs after my recovery from being so ill in December. I want to get to the humanitarian side of things, to where we can get stuff set up in not only the real med beds, but the centers where people can take it home, afford to take it home. That's my goal, is to get it where it's affordable, to where people can take it home.
No, I'm with you. And I'm looking forward to, as they release these more and more powerful ones. Some of these quantum ones, they're neat. They help with a sense of well-being. Yes. They help with like PTSD. They help your body heal. But I'm looking for the ones that you can jump in and jump right out the other side. And I just, God almighty, I pray it does not take forever to get to that point.
Yeah, I have
give us the technology, and then it takes years to get ready. I hope it really is 6 months or less.
I have an old basketball ankle injury that I got when I was 22 that I'd sure love to cure, and so I feel like I can run properly on my foot again. That would be awesome. So, do you pay any attention to Sky Prints on YouTube? By the way, I'm drinking a Red Hook ESB today, and I'm going to pop it open with my USS Enterprise bottle.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm a guy and I'm a geek.
And I'm a Trekkie, so I love it.
Yeah, so at least old Trek, Captain Kirk, who was a masculine man who did it. Anyway, do you watch Sky Prince at all? She's from Australia, claims that she knows stuff from the secret space program, and she's pretty detailed. I mean, it's one of these things where either she's completely delusional, right? Or she really does know stuff, because there's so much detail.
Well, she said she's been off planet, so
Yeah, and I know somebody else that has had that experience too, and I don't know, they're a little weird, but if you encountered an alien intelligence, if you didn't come back a little weird, I would think you were making it all up.
Right, Mike? You're getting a lot of people in here commenting how much they like your shirt.
Oh, I've worn this like over and over again. Trina, I think I wore it on Tuesday when we did our show. It fits great. It's Police Ghost in the Machine album cover. So,
yeah. Speaking of that, how did it go? How did y'all show go?
Looking at that when you lean back, I almost see 666. That's kind of creepy. Just saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the three members of the band, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's Sting right there with the spiky hair. So.
Okay.
All right. I like this one. our house phone when I was a kid was the USS Enterprise. My mom always said I'd be a triple. Epic episode.
By the way, guys, I'm also trying something new. The Planters sweet and spicy dry roasted peanuts. I have not tasted them. They're brand new. I have no investment in this whatsoever. I'm going to let you know if they're a good bar snack or not. I'll let you know.
All right.
I like it. Scott says I would like Sky whoever. No, we need to have her. And for those that don't know, Mike and I are just in the beginning stages of putting together a UFO like regular show on PPN.
Wow, we would love that. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. We've just got to put our heads together and take the time to work on guest content and all that good stuff.
Speaking of that, I had Flat Earth Dave on today.
Oh, did you? How did that go?
On my podcast on MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. You can go there, or you can go to Real News Live on Rumble. It was an interesting hour and a half long conversation. Yeah, Deep Thought Thursday with Flat Earth Dave. If you just go there. It's connected to the Rumble replay. So, yeah. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I was going to give you a plug for anybody that's watching on our Rumble channel. It's in our description, the link to his site.
Thank you, Trina.
You're welcome.
Let's see. There are aliens. We are not the only ones in the universe. We're also not the only ones in this room.
You know, Mark, there's a meme, and it shows an alien looking through a window. And
right.
It says, remember, if you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside, right? It's an alien meme. And I'm telling you, it looks suspiciously like that window that's behind you, where that picture. Maybe you got friends there you don't know about.
Yeah.
If we see something glowing out your window and you see us tripping out, that's it.
Yeah, one starts peeking in the window again.
Oh. Yeah,
that's why when they're doing the butt stuff, Bobby, you got to be worried. That space herpes, that's some scary stuff.
Remember, guys, as long as you wake up face up,
but Mark, you can buy a diet specifically made for when that happens. You talked about it on your evening show. the body diet.
Some of your folks on Rumble may not get that one, Trina. On the news update today, I shared a Postmates. They have an ad. It's only for LA and New York City. They've got special menus just for bottoms for Pride Month because they need to be worried about what they eat so it doesn't cause extra roughage in the in their mangina area. So things are pleasant for their top. I mean, it's just you can't make it up.
I don't even have words for that.
I'd like to clarify
I don't even know where to go with it
today. I'd like to clarify I'm not menstruating today, okay? I'm not.
Well, it's a good thing because
I'm going to have one of those real conversations with you boys so y'all understand this, because I had some of those things handled back in 2013, and we talk about going into med beds, and I said, y'all, I would love to be 25 again, but if they're going to give me all my girl parts back, hell no. I'll just be old and I'll look like this forever. I do not want that back.
Well, I do hear that there is some selection there that, like, if a girl has breast implants, she can choose to keep those. I've had a vasectomy. Apparently I can choose to keep that. No, it's like, keep the vasectomy, but give me back my gallbladder. I don't want to wake up without a gallbladder and a reconnected tubular system. So just want to make sure they get that right. Make sure it's on the list.
Don't let Mike procreate.
No, Mark, that's the cool thing. The med beds, if the med beds are real, think of how cool this is. Because let's take the basic rumor. Some people say, Jared Rand says, oh, hell, you'll be able to do it for 1,000 years. Other people say you could probably be aged back 3 times before your brain turns to mush. So that'll make you about 200 years old. You could literally, like right now, I don't have time for kids because I have so many things I want to accomplish in my life and my career. So if I went back to 21 years old and got to do all that over again with the energy you have at that age, I just pursue my career, and I might do it again after that. But then the third time around, why not, if you're going to be, 22 again, like I would be, aging back 30 years, why not the third time around find a girl, get married, and have kids and do it that way? I mean, it's like, the potential for this technology is so exciting, I think. And imagine how fulfilled our lives can be if it really is real. And that's why we got to pray it in. It's not a miracle. It's not a miracle. It's a real thing. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm kind of laughing at some of these comments over here. We got some funny people tonight. All right, Dallas and Mike, we are supposed to get you to tell us about tall people, please. I have no idea what this is, so you're gonna have to help me, guys.
Dallas, you want to go first, or?
Well, so this is all based off of stuff that Chaz has talked about, and that possibly being a part of the RVs, the revaluation or the redemption centers and kind of that inner looking as far as like humanitarian projects and things like that. And he's just made several references over the last week or so of the tall people, kind of what I would reference as the grays maybe, but lots and lots of questions. I have not seen them. I've not been introduced to them yet, but lots of talk on PPN's Talk Time about tall people. Well,
okay, I don't know anything about aliens, but grays are supposed to be the little bitty short ones, right?
Kind of overlord that's taller, but or maybe they're talking about Pleiadians or Pleiadians.
Pleiadians.
Okay.
Yeah, supposedly those are the tall, like better looking people behind all the politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and remember, there's the video. Remember when Trump went over to across the street to the park where they were burning the park in 2020 and walked across the White House lawn, and then Millie said, "Oh no, don't." There was a guy with him that was like 8 feet tall. Mm-hmm. Trump is 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and this guy was a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet taller than him. He was huge, and he was a Secret Service agent. And then some of the straight-on shots, I never saw the guy. I just saw the side angle as he was walking in a suit with President Trump. And I also have another picture, Mark. I want to send it to you. I'll email it.
Yeah, you see if you can find that one. Then I like this one. They better not start men's sanitary product commercial. That's why there's a shortage now that men menstruate. I mean, there's a serious shortage of sanitary, those things now that, we're running around having babies and periods and such and getting abortions.
Jesus has got to show up because that shit's got to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of my office buildings is kind of like a common, like kind of a WeWork set up, and there are women's products in the men's bathrooms. Like every time I just want to go throw them all away just to be funny or mean. I can't decide which, but I just shake my head and walk out.
I might not be bright, but I know what a woman is.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. While y'all are looking something up, I have to do this before my chat goes away. Trina, tell Mike the med beds are very real. My niece works for the government in the medical field, and when she was in Atlanta, Georgia, she saw them. The doctor she worked with, she thought was 55. He was in his 90s and used the med bed.
Wow.
Hot damn, bring that on.
Yeah. Sky Prince says that not everybody's going to get to be de-aged, although you'll be the healthiest, 52-year-old you could possibly be. But right away, not everybody's going to get the de-aging process. That'll come along later. But I hope it's true. And, there was actually that Sky Prince, I think on her Twitter, did actually show some pictures of what looked like a medbed facility. But other people have said, and I think even she said, these things aren't built yet. They don't exist on planet Earth. But I don't know. Maybe they do. And maybe what the people are seeing are some earlier version. Thank you, Barkley, of them. We don't know.
The one thing I've thought of when she talks about it and she acts like that she doesn't know that they're on Earth or whatever, she may not be the only person these Pleiadians or whatever we want to call them have contacted. And she may not know that they have existed in the U.S. with, certain people like our military. Because, if they are involved in our military, I do believe from what we've heard that I'm praying that they've helped the children, that they've brought out of these tunnels and out of these horrific situations. No child should have to remember the atrocities that they've been through.
Right. By the way, Mark, did you get the email I sent you with the picture?
I'm going to look in just a second. First, I'm going to show off my new coaster.
Ooh. Don't stop.
I love it. I love it.
That was a lovely little gift that showed up from Trish.
I hate Journey so much. I hate them. They don't have a lead singer. They have a lead whiner.
Whoa.
I was forced to sit through a Journey concert once at the Greek Theater in LA. Actually, it was 3 bands. It was Cheap Trick, Heart, and Journey. And I was totally cool with seeing Cheap Trick and Heart, but I hate Journey, right? And at the Greek Theater, they have what they call stack parking, where basically you drive up and they stack and stack and stack. And basically if you're up at the very top and the very back, you have to, after the show, you go up there and you wait until everybody in front of you has left and gone down the hill. So I stack parked and I'm like, okay, I'm stuck there. So I went and I sit through Cheap Trick. They were awesome as always. And Heart was really great. And then Journey starts, right? And I'm with these girls and they're telling me, I'm sitting next to these girls. They're like, oh, come on, get into it. And I'm suffering through the Journey concert. And it's like, finally it gets to be the encore. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. And I'm just like, just ready to blow my brains out at this point. Finally, I'm like, well, God, this has been miserable, but I'm just going to start walking to my car. So I get down out of my seat, say goodbye to the ladies, walk across the parking lot, get up on the hill, find my car. You know where my car was? My car was at the very back corner where the road was. It was wide open. I could have left at any time, and I had to sit through 2 hours of Journey before I could go. Oh my God, that was miserable. The life of Mike, it's miserable sometimes.
You gotta look at it though. The ladies loved it. They loved Journey, and you were in the sweet spot if you had ladies around you.
I have a lot of ladies. They were cute. They were cute girls.
What's wrong with you?
I can't. Well, I mean, I like Journey. That was going to be a major problem.
There's worse mood music. There is worse.
There's a girl I know who I really used to have a thing for, but she's vegan now, and it's like, no, I can't do that. I can't. I cannot sit there and watch you eat pretend butter. It's just, I can't do it. You have to eat meat once in a while. Don't stop believing. Yeah. Well, that's what his poster said. That's why I'm on a Journey rant. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, geez.
Mark, I sent you
Mike, you have no taste.
Yeah, what
Get him, Dallas.
Yeah, it still hadn't shown up yet, Mike. So I'm still, I keep checking.
Maybe I didn't hit send yet. That's exactly it. I haven't hit send.
That'll make a difference.
That makes a difference. There you go. All right.
Now, for whoever asked, I don't know why I hold my pinky up when I drink. I started doing it when I was a kid, and I almost can't put my pinky down now. So it's just an automatic thing, man. It's that, just trying to be a little hoity-toity, trying to be a little bit.
Mike, just for Punisher Dallas, it is Pride Month and everything, all right?
You almost made me spit my Topo Chico and vodka out. I went a little different tonight. I went Topo Chico and vodka.
I just said it to myself, Mark, believe it or not. So I'm not paying attention. Hang on.
And Mark, I was going to try to be cool and be like, you referenced the Silver Bullet the other day. So I went and got some Cooper's Lights as a backup. But, if you're going to make fun of me, then I'll take my Silver Bullet and I'll just go to some other podcast thing.
All right. Now it's sent.
I'm just looking for more fun ones. They really do. I mean, they've been putting in just some great ones, Mike. See, your problem was you were worried about her being vegan. You weren't worried about her just being a small town girl.
Yeah. She's from Seattle. I met her in LA. Figured that one out.
I don't know. I hear another song.
Another thing too.
That's why they had to go their separate ways.
Yeah.
She showed me a picture of her dad once.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Oh man. Holy crap. Let me drag this one over here. Let me bounce back here.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Baron Trump.
Are you kidding?
He's 6'7".
I think he's a lot more than that. I mean, that lady's got to be at least 4 feet tall. He's 4 feet taller than her. I mean,
well, the last time they gave a thing, they said he was 6'7", and I
think they're not giving him enough credit.
Okay.
That other guy's got to be 5'9", right? The pudgy guy.
Yeah, at least.
The thing about this is that in the lore, right, in the alien lore, the Pleiadians are really, really tall. They're just like, look just like us. They're Nordic. They're beautiful. The women especially are supposed to be really gorgeous. And there's been a rumor that Melania is a Pleiadian and has been guiding Donald through this lifetime, at the very least, to get it right. He's tried to do this 3 times. He's time traveled, and this is his 4th try. And dadgummit, he's going to get it right this time, if that means not arresting anybody until September. So that's the rumor. That's the rumor mill. But the gunner's wife, who, by the way, yeah, it is going to my brain. The gunner's wife, who is a little bit strange, and I don't get along with her personally, but she does lip reading. And she has lip reading of 2 guys in Congress. One of them is Leon Panetta, who used to be Bill Clinton's director of CIA, and he's talking to some other government official. His face was familiar, some congressman. And she lip reads what the congressman says to Panetta. And this is like during SCOTUS, or no, it was the Bush funeral, the Pappy Bush funeral.
Mm.
And he says, yeah, well, Trump still has his Pleiadian helping him out. I mean, and you can literally see exactly what he's saying. And so they're saying that Melania is Pleiadian. And you look at Baron, and I'm like, maybe, because they're supposed to be almost 7 feet tall. So they're supposed to be.
That's just sheer craziness.
It freaked me out when I saw it.
Speed Lightning, you're going to need to send some of that tea my direction. I was like watching stuff scroll past, and like, wait a minute. Awesome. Strawberries, dragon fruit, simmer hibiscus, add black tea, fill pitcher. I am so glad you are swinging by to make some of that for me.
Well, as of July 15th, 2021, Barron Trump was 6'7".
Yeah.
So if that was Christmas or something, he could be 6'9", 7 foot.
I don't think he's even 18 yet, is he?
No, he's only like 16.
Yeah. Amazing.
So Patriot Girl says, don't the Pleiadians live like up north underground or somewhere? They, hanging out with us. I mean,
well, they come from the Pleiades, a planet there, and they're also called the Nordics because they look Nordic. And I think Hitler thought this is what the Aryans were descended from, but I don't know if he's got that completely right. So yeah, I'm 6'2". My son is 6'11". Well, is your wife a supermodel Pleiadian or no? I don't know.
Maybe a bonus there. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know if
I'm here saying Journey was an awesome band.
I like Journey. Some great memories and jukeboxes, and I mean, they weren't Styx or Rush or.
I'm a Foreigner girl.
You know who's the most underrated band of that era? I was saying this on Facebook this week. I think is from Ireland. Thin Lizzy was fantastic. They were the guitar playing on their songs is like off scale high. I mean, unbelievable.
I'd have
Scott
to
Gorham and
know what they played.
Oh, they were great. The boys are back in town. You've heard that song, Barkley Bear. Wow. Let me go see if I can quiet my dog down a little.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Hang on.
Brenda, I wonder if we can do that with the med beds. Just make you taller whenever you're ready. Wouldn't that be the ticket?
I've heard that that's in the realm. I mean, there's all kinds of because it's all just. I mean, I say all. It's just modifying your genome, right? I mean, you're wired to be a certain size, and to make a tweak here, a tweak there, you could, I mean, I don't know. I would like to be another 1.5 inches taller. That'd be cool. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm only 6 foot, and like stuff's already kind of annoying. Cars aren't made quite right, unless it's the right one. Your head's brushing the top, and I'm not that tall. I can see where it'd be really annoying to be 6'7" or 7 foot tall.
Kukla, I'm 5'9", and unlike my weight and my age, that's the truth. I'm 5'9", almost 5'10", but I'm not quite 5'10".
Yeah, here's a good question for you. Pickles is asking, are you all familiar? Have you ever watched any Rick and Morty? As like the different Rick and Mortys, and they go through all their different timelines and those things. It does seem to be kind of like the Simpsons, where maybe they're hitting on something. They're trying to disclose to the kids.
I haven't watched much, but I did meet a couple of the artists who draw Rick and Morty at a UFO conference in Arizona, and they're really cool guys, and they're big fans of all things alien. So that's cool.
Some of these I better just ignore.
Yeah, you can't click on that one. You can't click on that one. The B. You can't click on that one, Mark.
I skipped a few too, just in my brain. It was like delete.
Hannah, really?
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody, if you're up there, Pleiadians, hanging around or whatever, pop on down. I got nothing to do later tonight. If you want me to jump up there and hit your med bed, hang out, talk, watch some Rick and Morty.
Mark,
please join us.
Did you watch The Twilight Zone? Really, Mark? Okay. Does the words "to serve man" mean anything to you? Don't get on the ship, Mark. You didn't ask for the help.
Do it. Don't do it.
Well, I guess if you ask for the help, it's okay because God will send you what you need if you ask for the help. But
It'll be Mark a la orange as they serve me.
You wake up and you're like 350 pounds. You're a big blob. Well, how do I get this way? It's like, well, you taste better that way, Mark. Anna built for speed. Did she say? What did she say?
Yeah, it's just
I mean, she can outrun you, Mike.
Built for speed, not comfort. I bet you're comfortable. Come on.
Well, I'm just going to tell y'all whining about being too tall to get in certain cars and things like that. It was some jacked up shit until we got electric seats for us short people, because all you could do is scoot them suckers back and forth. You couldn't lean the back up. You couldn't make yourself get the pedals any closer. You couldn't do shit. So short people, when I learned to drive, I had a bag of fertilizer behind my back at 10 years old and learned to drive a Ford pickup truck. And the bag of fertilizer had to push me far enough forward so I could hit the brakes and gas.
Well, most cars have, seat adjustments, height adjustments now. They didn't always used to. I remember my first BMW, I was scraping the ceiling and I'm like, I'm not that tall. And then I was like, oh, I can raise and lower the seat. So I got down really low. That was really cool. So I love BMWs. I love German cars. Buy a German car, folks.
Yeah, here we've got Mike on his next date.
With Hannah? That's me and Hannah on a date? Is that what we are?
Yeah. There's a model on YouTube that I run across her videos sometimes. I'll try to find it and send one to you, Mark, but she's got to be just under 7 foot tall, but she's gorgeous. She's beautiful, but she, like, all the men come up and they like come up to like her waist. And I mean, she makes some pretty funny, I would call them like a GIF or like a reel, I guess, but
right.
I'll try to find some and send it to you, because they're pretty funny. Some of them are a little risque. I mean, nothing naked or anything, but just put people in compromising positions. But when your hip comes to most people's faces, I guess it's kind of a foregone conclusion.
So this reminds me of a story, Dallas.
Hey, Mike, do you know Carrie Cassidy?
Yeah, I know Carrie Cassidy. I know who she is. I know her.
Have you ever heard her say she's a Pleiadian?
No, but she once called me, and I'm not kidding, on national radio, an M&M eating reptilian once. She called me that. So
wait, you're a what eating?
M&M eating reptilian, and I'm not eating M&Ms. I'm eating Planters, brand new, salty, spicy.
Oh, so wait, you got something against chocolate?
No, I love chocolate. Really, I ate way too much of it. I had a girl once ask me, do you like chocolate? I'm like, that's like asking me if I like sex. Do you know anybody who doesn't like chocolate, Mark? I don't know anybody. Do you?
I honestly cannot think of anybody. Now, if there's anybody over here in chat that doesn't like chocolate, please sound up.
My husband doesn't love it. He'd rather he'll eat white chocolate, which is just, butter and sugar. It's not really chocolate. He'd rather have any type of dessert almost than like chocolate.
Interesting. There's something wrong with your husband, Trina.
Yeah, I mean, was that the first
husband? He's a fabulous cook. I'm not going to say nothing because he makes homemade cheesecake and carrot cake. And Dallas is at our house. And he just doesn't.
Kukla's in there asking me if I can handle Hannah. Well, tell her to come to Roswell at the end of the month and let's find out. I don't know. By the way, having my CBD gurus CBD gummy for the day. I forgot to take it earlier.
Yeah, that actually is kind of fun. And for you guys, let's see here. I am going to pull something up here, bounce you over here. When you go to the wholesale now site at CBD Gurus, there's actually a Mike B wholesale too for Mike Barra as well. I'm not sitting here by myself with my MZ wholesale spot.
No, well, where's the Redneck Rhapsody one?
Hey, look, we can talk.
We need to talk. Because, like, I've got a whole cabinet full in there. And the Hubs didn't get to have shoulder surgery today. So he's eating all my CBD gummies. And I'm like, I'm going to hurt you if you're done with those before I can get an order back in.
I've only had one gummy ever in my life, and it was because of Trina. She forced me.
Okay, Hannah, here's the issue. Which one of us is going to be disappointed? You or me?
Oh, my God. She is a scream. I love me some Hannah. Wicked sense of humor. I
can give you chemical assurance.
So I can sit like in the peanut section and watch her brutalize everybody.
Yeah, I guess. She's just vicious. You're vicious.
Break them.
I forget. What is Hannah a Libra? I forget. Did we ask that question before? What are you all? I'm the only mod in here.
Right side, you might be the only one on the YouTube side right now. Kukla is like bouncing back and forth, but she's more on the Twitch side.
Right side.
Right.
So,
all right.
Mark, while we're here, can we talk a little economics? Because I was talking about this on my show yesterday, and you're good with economics, so I want to make sure that I'm not wrong about this, because I know I'm not, but I want to just run it by everybody. So we keep hearing this crap. If you didn't know, the Fed raised the base interest rate by 75 basis points this week, a couple days ago, which is huge. It's one of the biggest chunks I can ever remember. And it's all based on combating inflation. And you have to understand the concept of inflation in the way the Democrats think about it is based on Keynesian economics, which is completely wrong, by the way. It's the Democrats' idea of inflation is that what happens is the economy gets growing too fast. And then people, because people are evil inherently, get greedy and they start raising prices to make more money. That's utter nonsense. What really happens, what causes inflation, is when the producers, the supply side, get strangled by taxes and regulations that take money out of their pockets to deal with and rising gas prices. So they're forced to pass their increased costs along to consumers. And according to Keynesian economics, what their solution is, the economy must be going too fast, which is ridiculous. An economy cannot grow too fast. That's nonsense. That's causing the inflation. So we're going to raise interest rates to slow the economy down, which is pure insanity. It does slow the economy down, but it has nothing to do with inflation. So according to that theory, what's happening right now in America and what happened previously in 1979 to 82, the Jimmy Carter Depression, is impossible. If Keynesian economics is correct, what happened in 79 to 82 and what's happening now cannot happen. It's called stagflation, where the economy is actually in recession. It shrank 1.4% last quarter, first quarter of this year, and inflation is through the roof. It's 8.3. It's probably more like 10 or 12 or 13%. According to Keynesian thinking, that is impossible. But in 1981, we had something called the Kemp-Roth tax cuts, which were along the lines of what Ronald Reagan wanted, that were passed after they tried to shoot Reagan to keep him from passing it. And what they did is they cut the taxes and reduced the regulation so businesses could get about the business of producing products that people wanted to buy. And that led to a 20-year economic boom that had one minor blip in 1991 when we were worried about war jitters with Iraq the first time around. And it's the same situation today. The solution is exactly the opposite of what the Fed is doing. Am I wrong, Mark? Am I crazy? Or, I mean, we're in stagflation again which completely discredits Keynesian economics. The only solution is a supply side solution, a Reaganomics solution, a Donald Trump solution. And I think we're screwed because, as you talked about, Mark, I said, more like 15% have calculated like 78. The stock market closed below 30,000 today. I think the floor drops out tomorrow or in the next couple of days. I see everything imploding economically because they're doing everything wrong, and their solutions are exactly the opposite of what needs to be done. So don't you think we're right on the brink of, maybe you can't talk about it, Mark, I don't know, maybe I feel like we're right on the brink of the current system just going like getting sucked into a black hole and disappearing. Am I wrong?
Well, no, you're fairly enlightened. You're on and off. You can, through loose monetary supply, have inflation. The problem is they're reading this particular market wrong, just like they did in the 1970s. They read that one wrong as well because it was on the commodity side of it. Great point. Just, your gas. And that's supply and demand that is simply playing out. Supply and demand, 90% of the cost of your goods is energy. So you're seeing that, but you're seeing it compounded with the Keynesian model where they believe it is static, but it's actually dynamic, and they overprinted.
Right.
So they didn't add any more goods to the market. So you got a pizza that's this big, and every time you add another dollar, it makes another slice of pizza. The pizza didn't get any bigger. The slices just keep getting smaller. But then you're going to add to that. You're going to add the cost to manufacture, to grow the wheat, to make the dough, to do all that because of the fuel costs. You're going to make all of your commodities to produce it higher too. This is actually makes the 1970s look gentle because what they're doing. I mean, they're blending Keynesian with modern monetary theory. This is spectacular. And over here, Child of Light, if they calculated the way they do in the 80s, because I took the time to do that and break it down, my brain hurt because it's been many, many years since. So I had to break out some old textbooks. It would be a little under 18% if we figure inflation right now the same way we did in up until I believe it was 81. It would be about almost just shy of 18%. I think I came up with 17.6 or 17.7.
Is that with or without gas and food?
That's putting gas and food back in.
Okay.
With or without food, with or without food. Okay. Also, you look over at cryptos, Bitcoin's now under 21,000. I'm just like, where's Mark? If we need this collapse to bring about the change that we all want, we couldn't be closer. Could we be closer? I don't know. Maybe you can't talk about this. I don't know. But
no, we'd have a tough time being closer. I actually have one of the other things that we have got to watch for that is a unique event, and I am going to pull that up and see if I can share that link with you all.
Are you pulling up something on Evergrande?
No, I am pulling something. It's called triple witching.
I need to ask you about that because somebody forwarded me that.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Basically, you have puts, you have everything coming due on the same day, which is a rarity. It's kind of like when all the stars align. And that effect, and that's part of why you're seeing a mad dash on crypto, and metals haven't skyrocketed yet because they're selling these things to cover themselves. Silver, AP Mex. I'm still a Money Metals fan. I just love.
Well, I am too, and this is actually a stash that my brother bought before he went over to Spokane to propose to his girl. It just arrived, and I'm like, I don't know why he bought it from Ampex, but because I always buy it from Money Metals.
I just went to my local. The great thing about Dallas Fort Worth
Metals too, y'all.
Okay.
We have local gold and silver stores, so I just went to my local gold and silver store. They gave me a massive discount because I bought a fairly hefty amount. And so now I have a lot of silver.
Well, good. Yeah.
I don't have enough.
It's all gonna happen.
Let's see. I'm seeing some finds in there.
Mark, I emailed you a picture you might want to throw up there before we get off the air tonight.
Let's see if I can. Where did I put it? Let's see. Let's back up. I'm still getting over that Barron Trump one. That's great.
I should look for that video of Trump. Yeah, I should look for that as well. Hang on.
I totally love this one. This is one of my favorites, Trina. Really had my heart set on waking up rich today. She's sitting there having her big old cup of coffee.
Only mine's a cocktail. Sorry.
Yeah.
And my coffee's probably loaded too if I'm drinking coffee.
Work in progress. Only if there's a vampire. Actually, no. It probably is extra special if there's silver and bullets. So it's like a silver freedom seed.
They count today, baby.
It's they do. Yeah, David. Yeah, that really is
blue.
Oh yeah, everything is blue. It's been in the freezer a long time.
Okay, just checking.
Let's. Middle of where no learned long ago in the markets in the 80s, pigs get slaughtered, got enough currency, wheat in TNT back in the day. Oh wow, Bitcoin was 240. Yeah, that's I'm not even going to talk about my Bitcoin experience. I made money.
Good.
If I would have stuck around, I would be a multi-millionaire even at the depressed price of 21,000.
I still need a lobster, whatever you call all this stuff, currency, cryptocurrency. I still need it for dummies and blondes because I'm really not dumb, but I'm pretty blonde, even though my roots aren't.
Matt J, the Trina, the Angels Warrior Network, or whatever they are, the Redneck Rhapsody crew. What do you officially call yourselves?
The Angel Warrior Network is mine and CJ's, but all my personal stuff and what my background has come from for the last 3 or 4 years, I have a YouTube channel and everything's Redneck Rhapsody, and my handle's Redneck Rhapsody before I came to the Angel Warriors.
So Matt, they're wanting their own button over there too, like Mike and I. They feel left out, like you don't love them. Important question: what are you drinking tonight, Trina?
Oh, if I fill it up one more time, it's going to be a tongue twister. So this was a new recipe that's probably going to hit the blog. It is guava and a half a lime and one of the little bitty small cans of pineapple juice. And then it has vodka. It has banana rum. It has coconut rum. And it has coconut. And it says it's whiskey.
It says it's whiskey?
Yeah, it's a long story. We have friends that have like a houseboat that's kind of like bigger than my house. And they have people that bring alcohol up there all the time. And there was this bottle that got left and it didn't have the top on it. And so I poured it in a mason jar and I wrote on it and it says American whiskey, but it says it's coconut flavored. I've never found a coconut whiskey and I'm going to have to try to find it. But, you know, I was probably drinking the day I poured it in the mason jar to save it and bring it home. But I'm happy drinking it.
Sorry, Mark. I've been trying to find that video of the super tall Secret Service agent walking with President Trump when he walked across the White House lawn to go to Lafayette Park. And all I'm getting is an angle that doesn't show him. And the weird thing is that he was walking in front of him. He's super tall. I don't know. It's like he was only visible in one set of footage. He was not visible. Where is he? Did he disappear?
Well,
I can't find it.
That's called scrubbing the internet with all the bullshit that we know is not bullshit now that we can't find when we go back and look for it.
Yep.
What did that say? I saw my name.
That was Matt saying he can get you set up tomorrow.
There you go.
Wait. Hannah's leaving us. Good night, Hannah. Good luck on the new job career. I'm looking forward to it being very short-lived as we revalue and move on to a better chapter. But you gotta keep.
Come to Roswell, Hannah. I'll buy you a margarita.
That's it.
We have the RV. We may all go to Roswell.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
there's
Trump.
still the rumor that aliens are going to be there. They're going to show up.
Well, I'm wondering if they're coming with Charlie Ward when he shows up in Nashville in July. Mike, Mark, we're throwing the gauntlet. Are y'all coming to hang out and party with all the PPN?
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
I have at this point, I am going forward and trying to change all of my scheduling stuff because I had scheduled. I was supposed to be back in Puerto Rico at that point, but I'm looking to extend it because there is also, for those that aren't familiar with it, there is a truth tour that has started, and you go check it out, truthtour.net. So it looks like I am going to stay local so I can go to Nashville with you guys on the 11th and then be in Charlotte, North Carolina the 13th, and then head south again for work.
Awesome.
So the short answer to your question is, yeah, it looks like I'm going to be with you guys in Nashville.
Awesome. Well, if y'all have
7-Eleven
any
gives me
plans
chills.
and arrangements, I'll let you know our itinerary that I'm doing.
7-Eleven gives me chills. It's my old wedding anniversary.
Oh, I did see. Now that is actually, I've got to find this one because I did see a funny one, which I like. I gotta put this one up for you guys. The prophecy: 7-Eleven gas is now $7.11 a gallon.
Wow.
Nice.
It was a foretelling.
Wow,
Well,
that's wrong.
I chose that so I'd never forget my anniversary. That's why I chose that date. I'll be driving home. I'll look up. I'll see 7-Eleven. Like, oh crap! Better get some flowers. Better head home. Get some flowers.
Awful. Y'all are awful.
I tried that with my first marriage on Valentine's Day, and that was a terrible mistake.
Ooh.
Should have known better.
That's why it was your first marriage, right?
Correct. I did much better on the second one.
Car owner fuckers.
I read this one earlier.
Yeah, I saw a different background on that one, but I saw one of those just in social media. I like that one. And then somebody actually put a picture of Joe Biden bent over, and the gas cap was his nether man, whatever, where the poop chute.
the bottom diet, man.
Yeah, it was to make you feel better, so you could get even. So you could screw them back.
Yeah, but then you would just ruin your car because you'd break that sucker off in the gas can, the gas tank. That'd be
Talking
bad.
about breaking anything off does not sound good.
No.
Does not sound pleasurable at all.
No, it doesn't. But in the breaking world news, man, you can't see this one. Gerbils during Pride Month.
Bless their hearts.
Remember that Richard Gere skit? Damn, it's the last time I sit down at the zoo.
I just remember Robert Downey Jr. going to the hospital and there being a hamster or gerbil or something involved.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think we've reached the nadir of the evening right there with the gerbil jokes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So has anybody? Okay, I have a really good friend, and they sent me this, but they're in the Patriot realm, so y'all may have heard it. Have y'all heard about the robot? Have y'all heard the deal about the robot that tells the truth and can't tell a lie? It can tell if you're telling a lie.
No, interesting.
Okay. A father buys a lie detector robot that slaps people when they lie. He decides to test it out at dinner one night. The father asks his son what he did that afternoon. The son says, I did some homework. The robot slaps the son. The son says, okay, I was at a friend's house watching movies. Dad asks, what movie did you watch? The son says, Toy Story. The robot slaps the son. The son says, okay, we were watching porn. Dad says, what? At your age? I didn't even know what porn was. The robot slaps the dad.
Yeah.
Mom laughs and said, well, he certainly is your son. And the robot slaps the mom. The robot is for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Here's a story.
Boom.
Our doctor friend has stories from the ER. It's true. They do that plus more.
Uh,
Y'all, We rode to Florida with a nurse that works the ER triage, and we were like, no, don't tell us no.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Months.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew a nurse that used to work the ER, and I just the things people will put inside themselves is unbelievable. Yeah. Why? That's not what God gave it to you for.
I'm gonna leave that.
I think it's Steve. Everybody say birthday to Steve. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Steve.
Steve.
I'm drinking out of my birthday glass, y'all.
It's
It
my
says
birthday.
December.
It's my birthday, Shody. However that one song goes.
Trying to find my wife sent me a really corny dad joke the other day, but it made me laugh. We're kind of on the run of jokes. What?
I said, imagine that.
Yeah.
Wow. Every joke makes me laugh, even the ones I'm not supposed to laugh at.
Even my stupid ones.
I still find the humor in every joke, but you gotta laugh at yourself. Oh man, that stinks. I'm sorry, guys, I can't find it. It was really funny though, but let me rephrase. It was very corny, but I like corny jokes.
You should have been a weatherman or a dad. That joke's the best.
Yeah.
We have 13 empty seats of honor right here in the front.
Come on, that was Don.
That wasn't me, was it? But no.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I muted.
I'm still looking for that alien video.
Skeleton walks into a bar, asks for a beer and a mop. All right, waiting for somebody to get that one.
Yuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you I laugh at every joke. So I got a pirate joke for you. It's my favorite pirate joke.
All right.
Well, a pirate walks into a bar and he's got a steering wheel in his pants. The bartender looks at him and says, "Do you know you got a steering wheel in your pants?" And the pirate looks back at the bartender and says, "Arr, it's driving me nuts." I don't know why it's my favorite, but it's literally my favorite joke. Besides,
I don't know why either, Dallas. I don't know why either.
My real favorite joke, my old man joke, is "Does your face hurt?" Because no matter what you tell me, I'm going to say it's killing me too. And I call it my old man joke because I try to tell that joke literally out loud 3 or 4 times every day, so that when I'm old and senile, if med beds don't come, they're going to come. But if they didn't come and I became old and senile, which would happen if they don't come,
right?
I'm going to remember that one joke and I'm going to tell it to every single person that walks in my room, and it will make me laugh so hard.
Why does the Easter Bunny make quiet love? Quiet love? Quiet
Yeah,
love?
we're going to have to wait for Jennifer to answer that one somewhere.
Yeah.
If she does,
Come on.
somebody's going to have to repeat it. So I'm like looking.
In the meantime, I have a joke. My Uncle Thad told me this joke.
Ground beef.
So this guy walks into a bar, and he's sitting around there having drinks with all of his buddies, and this guy walks in with a big, heavy trench coat. And he gets up to the bar, and he reaches into his pocket, he takes out this little tiny, less than a foot tall man, and he sets him on the bar. And then he reaches into his pocket again, and he pulls out a huge wad of $100 bills. And he says, "Bartender, round for everybody." So the bartender says, "Oh, great." Everybody cheers. He pours around for everybody. And then the little tiny guy runs around the bar and knocks all the drinks over before anybody can drink them. And he goes, "Bartender," reaches in, another wad of bills, round for everybody. Same thing happens again. He pours all. Now, okay, there's three, and I can only remember 2. So the bartender goes, "Dude, what's the deal with the little man who runs around spilling everybody's drinks?" And the guy says, "Well, tell you what, I was stranded on a desert island, and before I was rescued, this bottle washes up on shore, and I took the bottle and I opened it up, and out comes this genie. And the genie says, I'll grant you 3 wishes." And the guy says, "Okay. My 3 wishes are, first of all, I want to be rescued from the island. And here I am. Secondly," he says, "I always want to be able to reach into my pocket and pull out a huge wad of $100 bills, no matter what." He goes, "Oh, that's interesting. What was the third And here they are. Here's my $100 bills. He goes, what was the third wish? And he said, well, I asked for a 10-inch prick, and there he is. I screwed up. I wanted to be rescued, and here I am. I screwed up. I haven't told that joke in years. I've always wanted to pull out a wad of bills, and there they are. And then I asked for a 10-inch prick, and there he is.
That's funny.
So did we ever get an answer on the joke? Why the rabbits go quiet love?
Yeah, I'm still got to find that one out. Man walks into the bar with a paper towel in his hand. I love that one for you, Mike. Excuse me, Dallas. He said he had a bounty on his head. Arr! So what do you call a cow that won't give milk?
I don't know what.
An utter failure.
No. Wow. The humor on this show is clean, but dull.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of ones you can't run with, but
yeah.
We should do one of these shows like on Rumble and just.
All right. So I got a dad joke for you. 3 moles went into a tunnel. The first one said, "This tunnel smells like honey." The second mole said, "This tunnel smells like cinnamon." The third one said, "This tunnel smells like molasses."
Yeah.
All right. With that one, Liz says he farts in a church. He who farts in a church sits alone in a pew. Along with
People have been drinking too much. I'll tell you that.
molasses.
You've been drinking molasses.
It's so dad joke.
Is it 6:00 yet? Can we put an end to this torture?
He cut me off once. He pulled into the store when he got out of the car, asked him if he knew the difference between a porcupine and BMW. He said no in a Russian accent. I said the porcupine. Yeah, I don't get that.
Okay, it's a variation of this joke. Do you know what the difference is between a Porsche and a porcupine? With a porcupine, the prick's on the outside.
Oh, that I think.
If you move to LA and you're a single man, if you don't have a black BMW 3 Series when you cross the county line, they issue you one. Because otherwise you have no chance of ever getting laid in LA. Just so you know.
I'd be afraid which parts I found. This is like a
Well, all I'm saying is if they're easy enough to take a BMW and you live in LA, there's something wrong with them because I'm looking for McLarens.
Yeah.
I'm in LA, you got to step that up.
Actually, the only McLaren I've ever seen was actually here in Seattle. Believe it or not, it was right behind me. It's orange. I'm like, that's a freaking McLaren. I got out and took pictures of it.
Lord, we had one of those in Cabot, Arkansas.
Yeah, well, it's $1 million car.
Impressed.
It's $1 million.
My favorite place to go car look is when I go to Fort Lauderdale and all that area. You can just sit there and have a moment. I'm a car girl too. I love cars. I love fast.
I pay, everybody pays. Then he ran through the door like that.
All right, Tippy. Who's the most popular guy at the Nudist beach?
Good question.
I'm waiting for this one to drop in over here. I'm afraid to see it pop in. Oh, I do like this one though. Another good clean one for you, Dallas. What do you do? What do you call a snowman throwing a temper tantrum?
A meltdown.
That's a good dad joke.
That's a good dad joke.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one.
Yes, I'm still in Cabot.
All right, I should probably read them out for those that can't read them out because the screen's too small or going too fast or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, our dude. Meanwhile, at the ranch, the Lone Ranger disguises himself as a pool table. Tonto, not knowing this, racked his balls.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. The guy that can carry 2 cups of coffee and 12 donuts. And honestly, that is where donut holes came from.
Hey.
Why did the unemployed man get excited while reading the Bible? He thought he saw a job.
Well, all I can say is to any guy that does that on the nudist beach, he better have some dough around his nuts.
Go nuts.
Yeah. Like he needs to go to the RV before we talk about this situation.
Have you read the book Tracks in the Sand by Pete Dragon? No, never read it. Really? I haven't seen it, Diana. It's been going, the chat's going too fast. You may have to repeat it if it was.
Repeat it. We didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
And by the way, tonight on PPM,
what are the 3 wonders of a woman? 1, she gives milk without eating grass. 2, she bleeds without being cut. 3, she buries a bone without digging. All right. We better clean things up, and you better take this one from here. All right. What were you going to tell us?
I was just going to say, you're good on PPN. You're good till 8:30 when I had Chad schedule them. So you're not getting cut off there.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
There it is. There's
the end of the Easter Bunny joke.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on. Balls don't make that much noise. Come on. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Faye says, Trina lived near you in El Paso. Monty, it would make sense if Trump's watching after I sang him happy birthday this week. A cow with only, what do you call a cow with only 2 legs?
Lean beef. That's so bad. That's so bad.
Right?
That just sucks.
Oh, God, you're right. Just that is Molly. I should have been paying better attention for all my sound effects. Yeah, right. Or when it's a really bad one.
Well, I could tell a lot more jokes. I just don't think any of them are appropriate for this show. It's like they're just way too dirty.
I have like 3rd grade jokes running through my brain. Like, you want to hear a dirty joke? A horse fell in a puddle.
You're right. There was this young married couple that were riding a horse through the forest on the way to the honeymoon. They fell in a puddle. Da-da. I got a lot of really off-color ones, but we will totally have to do a stand-up comedian hour and tell those jokes.
Yep. Oh, man.
Oh, wait, we found somebody else that doesn't like chocolate. Forever CC said, I have a grandson who doesn't like chocolate.
He's got to be an alien.
My kids will eat all of theirs. All of it. I have to hide it in the house. Let me rephrase. It's not that I don't like chocolate, but I don't crave chocolate. Like, I don't crave candies and sweets and things like that. But I literally have to hide it in the house just so that in that moment where you're like, man, I would love I like a bite of a candy bar. Like, I don't want to eat the whole thing. I just like, it's kind of weird, but let's take a bite of a Hershey's chocolate bar or something like that.
I have a really bad sugar addiction.
You're eating that. Oh, wrong chocolate.
I hope they can fix that with med beds. That like my sugar addiction. I really would like to be free of that. So
that's
the thing. I was watching, believe it or not, Star Trek V the other night, which is the one directed by William Shatner that everybody hates. But I think there's moments in it that are really good. And
where he saves the whale or whatever.
No, it's the one after that where there's the Vulcan who's trying to find God, and they fly to the center of the galaxy, and God turns out to be an alien with a really bad attitude. But there's a scene in it where the bad guy has the ability to take away your worst trauma, right? Your pain. And they're talking about this for the med beds. And he tries to he does it to McCoy, and he does it to Spock, and then he tries to do it to Kirk, and Kirk says, no, I'm not going to let you do that because I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain. It's what makes me who I am. And I thought to myself, wow, the med beds are supposed to be able to treat emotional trauma as well. And when you were talking earlier, Trina, the really, really severely abused kids. But on the other hand, if they take away the pain in your life, if it's not super horrendous and isn't making you into a junkie or something, are you really the same person? And are you really on the same mission you were sent here by God to complete? I don't know. I mean, I think that's going to be a real difficult ethical question if the medbeds can really do the things that they say they can do, I think. What do you call a cloud over reality, a bigamist?
Actually, like DRC put one in, but it's going to be more fun if I don't post it. What do you call a man that has no arms and no legs that likes to swim?
A buoy?
Bob.
I was close.
But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean, Mark, physical trauma is one thing, but emotional trauma, if they take that away, are you still Mark?
Honestly, I think that goes back to the people that have had a spiritual base, that they have relied on the scriptures and the Almighty to lead us through our whole life to be healed, and through the power of Jesus that's able to heal our souls. And then there's some people that they get so broken that, like these children going through the trauma, or people that have been human trafficked, or someone that was brutally raped or witnessed a horrible crime, those kind. I think at that point, your DNA is still the same. But what if you got to build a whole new world around a relationship that didn't have that scar? Because I think, honestly, and I'm not trying to get into debating anything, so please hear me, y'all. I'm not judging. I'm not debating. But when you get into the seriousness of a lot of people that have become, they have become accustomed to loving one gender, and it's their same gender. A lot of that's based on something traumatic in their life.
Yeah.
Their DNA didn't make them that way, but their trust and their trauma made them lean that way. I believe that can be healed, because I don't believe that a lot of people were born that way. I believe they chose that. And I believe those traumas can be healed, and they will be more whole after something like this, because God didn't create us that way. I don't believe that. I believe it was after sin and the fall that things like that came.
Yeah, I think it's a choice, right? It's funny because I have little kids, so most of the things that correlate to me are kids movies. But in cars, when Tater, the tow truck, right, like he's going to become the choice. I like it. When he's going to be the spy, and they're like,
Tater, it's Tow Mater.
Whatever, Tow Mater.
He's a Tow Mater.
I got it, but you're messing up my story here.
All right, keep running, and then I've got something to share, but on a serious note.
But they want to take away his dent, and he was like, "No, I want to leave the dent." They're like, "Why the dent?" Because the dent's the memory, right? It's a really interesting point, Mike. I mean, it's because I talked about this yesterday about the counseling that's going to come after the med beds, right? I mean, there's going to be more counseling on the back end than there is the front end, to be honest with you. But in an interview, I was interviewing a person, and they asked me a question that stumped me. It didn't stump me because I had the answer, but they said, if you could change anything in your life, what would you change? And the answer is honestly nothing. But because, to your point, even the bad choices and the bad decisions and the roads that I shouldn't have went down, that I got beat up a little bit and I had to, correct course. I mean, that has shaped me into who I am. I don't want to forget any of those things because God gave me a weird ability for those really horrific parts of my life. Mm-hmm. But they're not many, but there are a few. Like I have the ability to absolutely delete them. You talk about them, I cannot remember them. I have no memory of them whatsoever, and I don't necessarily want that brought up or deleted. Like, just leave it alone. Just fix the brokenness in my body, my physical body, because my physical body is wrecked, and it's almost all self-inflicted. Like, I'm just an idiot, and I do dumb things, but
that may be a response to your emotional wounds too. That you can suppress that experience. Mm-hmm. But it's going to come out in your body somewhere. So that's probably connected. So they may tell you, what if they tell you, you have to heal this, you have to confront this emotional stuff and heal that before your body's going to get better? What if that's the case? Then that's more of a foo-foo spiritual thing, but it's possible.
But it's very valid. And I think that's a valid point. And at that point, I'll make that choice, right? But I was made to take pressure, I guess. I mean, my body's just built to get beat up. I played football for many, many years, all the way through college, and I've just been very physically active my whole life. But anyway, it's a very interesting point that we could probably spend an entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look back on it, and I've had no traumas, really major traumas in my life. I mean, my mom died, my dad died. Everybody goes through those things. My dad died a bit younger than he should have, but he was a heavy smoker. You could see it coming. And it's like I look back on it. There's a couple of cringy moments, but I've never been through any major trauma in my life. I've had a blessed life to this point. There's things I wish turned out differently. There's things I wish I'd done sooner, or that I wish I had, had the courage to go after. But would they have made that much of a difference in my life today? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm with you. I don't think I'd change much. Mm-hmm. But there's probably other people that, if they do change, like something important about themselves, are you the same person? And were you meant to go through this stuff to become who you are today? That's the thing we don't know. Yeah. And that's the thing that the medbed may be able to gloss over. And then it's like the argument in Star Trek about the transporter. Are you the same guy who beamed down to the planet that was standing on the pad? They reassembled you, but are you the exact same guy? Is your soul still attached? I don't know.
I've got a take on it. You look at all the things that happened in your life. You look at the past, the traumas, the good, the bad, and everything leading up to this point. That does not define you. That is the palette. That's the colors in which you can paint with. It's where you go from that moment forward is what defines you. In other words, all the crap that's happened in your life, what do you do when you get up today? What do you do in the present? Everything else is just the colors that the artist can use to paint with. It's up to you. Your future is not set in stone.
No, you still have a choice.
That's part of the free will thing.
You still have a choice every day. You can make different
every day. What do you choose to do with it? Do you choose to learn from all those colors and all those pains and all those experiences and pick yourself up and be a better person, or do you not? So that's how I look at those. Okay, guys, before I forget, I have got to do this one. This is Sarah. She's part of our community. I'm not going to drop down the name because they're on the email it's attached, unless she just wants me to share it. Wanted to update on our sweet Isabella. Around Easter, she began having intense pain in her head and neck, followed by multiple falls, lightning pain shooting through her chest and legs, and trouble swallowing. An MRI, CT, and flexion extension x-rays showed more compression as well as some brain tissue slippage. She has been having pain when in flexion position for too long. Position seems to greatly increase her symptoms. She will be facing surgery again very soon. Please keep her in your prayers as well as her neurosurgeon and team. We serve a mighty God and know that she is covered by the blood of Jesus. There is a picture. She is part of our community. And so just some extra prayers for Isabella as we're moving forward. Awesome. And while I am talking on that one, Trina, in your neighborhood, the young gentleman, please give us.
Let me see if I can see if she's done anything this afternoon. But I'll give her most recent one. And I have to tell you, so far from everything, it has been an amazing report. Update day 13. B has always been good, willing to play and carry and love our little ones. Again, let's start with some big praises of the day. We got to participate in PTOT. They set him up on the side within the last 48 hours, they've gotten him off of the breathing tube. He's been giving them thumbs up. They're weaning him off of his meds. They set him up on the side of the bed, supported, of course, but they got him to lift his head up from his chest on his own. We got a few side push-ups on the right side. He kept falling asleep. So there's just, it's just huge praises. And thank y'all so much for praying for this young boy, because he has a long life ahead of him. And he's probably going to have a huge God story after this.
Yeah, the devil means it for bad and God turns it to good.
Absolutely.
All right, we need to start wrapping up. The mods need to be able to get some sleep. Right side. I don't know if you still survived. I think it was. Oh, I did see Booger in here swinging and helping.
Yeah, I haven't seen the earlier guy in here for a while. I don't know if he's still with us or not.
Oh, and somebody's praying for Noah, my boy. He went back and got a shot in the foot after the antibiotics. He's doing really good, and he gets to come home tomorrow. So praise God. And he made the chancellor's list at the college. He got the email this week. So thank you so much, y'all.
Oh, that is just fantastic.
Yes.
Kukla needs a raise.
Yeah, she does.
Yes, she does.
She does. She's amazing. All right, everybody say their goodbyes. You want to start with Trina, then Dallas, then Mike?
Hey, I'm so blessed and highly favored that y'all consider us a good place to hang out on Thursday evenings. And I'm so excited about where we're moving to in the future, not only to help with the humanitarian projects, but I'm just going to be real. Y'all, with all the shit happening in Yosemite, and I know I probably shouldn't say it like that, but God knows I got a potty mouth. He asks me, he spanks me all the time. So anyway, y'all, it's looking biblical. Not just what we've seen in the last year or two, but with the plagues and the pestilence, and now we got cows dropping dead by the thousands, and you've got Yosemite falling apart. I mean, like, y'all, there's highways falling apart, but we were told to watch the water, right? So I'm just saying it is all coming together that should we be in the banks changing things and all this? The wealth of the wicked was stored for the righteous. And it's time for the righteous to step up and do what the Lord has for us. And I'm so excited about that future and you amazing people to be on that ride with us.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, Dallas.
I just say thank you, Mark and Mike and Trina, for letting me tag along and be a part of this. It's fun to just kind of cut loose and not stress about all this other stuff in the world. I mean, it never stops, right? I mean, it doesn't ever stop happening, but just thanks for letting me be a part of it. And my heart literally broke for that little girl. So I will definitely be praying for her. Like the allergy, not the allergies. Yeah. The allergies got really bad as we came out of that little video clip, but it's fun. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Trina. Thanks, Mike. I think we're so very close to this coming to a conclusion, and we just got to stay positive. We got to literally will it into existence, because we all know what we're going to do when this happens, and it's going to be nothing but good. We just have to get to that end point. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Dallas. It's great to be with you guys again. Trina, have been on twice with you this week, so I'm having a lot of fun. You could please stop sending me the nudes in my phone, though. I would really appreciate it. Stop.
All right, Mike, I'll
I'm not
quit.
saying I don't enjoy them, but stop. So, Trina's not. You're not mad at me, really, are you, Trina? I love being here. I love all you
I'm
guys.
glad someone appreciates them.
Yeah, I do. And Dallas, don't take any hints from that. Love you guys. Love being here. I love that we can talk about things that I don't get to normally talk about on my show, including aliens. I don't talk much aliens anymore. Thanks to everybody, Mark, for having me here. I really appreciate it. Again, you look at all the signs. And if the collapse of the economy, fiat system is really part of the plan, if it has to happen, heck, how could we be any closer than we are right now? How could we be any closer than we're going to be at 6:30 my time tomorrow when the market's open? I don't know. I don't see how, because it looks like we're right there. And going into a 3-day weekend, Mark.
Yeah, exactly, which we've always looked for. I've not had a chance to vet this in any way, but Ladybug just posted multiple people shot in Alabama just 11 minutes ago at a church shooting. Guys, there have been just in since the first release of the Roe v. Wade possible decision, there have been over 40 attacks targeted at Christians, pro-life centers, churches. So, I mean, we really is not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, guys. This is that's still breaking. Don't know. Hopefully we'll have details in the morning, but extra prayers for those that are sick and maybe suffering here. This is that's a scary thought. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about it on Twitter right now. That doesn't mean it's not happening. So,
Yeah.
The craziness is going to appear worse. You know, I mean, the crazy thing about false flags is that we like to kind of present them as like it's not really happening. Like, well, I think some people get hurt, right? I mean, I don't think they're all real because not everything not everything adds up, and it doesn't all the pieces don't fit together. But we got to keep those people, in our thoughts and our prayers, and if nothing else, push mentally and spiritually push the agenda forward even that much harder, right? Because we got to get to the end of this because it's the other side of this coin is really, really bad from my perspective.
yeah,
And I don't want that. That's not the ending I want, and it can't be the ending that our God and our Creator and the Pleiadians and all the good guys and the white hats, they cannot want that ending. So I think it's all pushing to this crescendo, and we're right there. So,
Yep.
I'm with you.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. I will be back in the morning. Mike, when's your next show?
tomorrow morning, Free Reading Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with Jennifer Falah-Doring. We are going to go through. She's going to look at the news. She's going to look at everything going on, the market stuff, and then she does personal readings for people. They come in, they say, what's going to happen with my unemployment? You're going to get it. You're not going to get it. She's right about 80 or 90% of the time. So come on by and join us. You'll love Jennifer. She reminds me of my Aunt Patty, the sweetest woman I've ever known. So come by.
I have an Aunt Pat.
How about you, Alex? When's your next appearance on PPN or wherever?
Well, I may make a late appearance tonight, just kind of depending on what's going on with the show. But tomorrow at noon, we had Cash Patel on today. Today was a busy day. I mean, we had Charlie Ward this morning early at 7. We had Cash Patel on at 11, which also was early for us. And Chaz is on right now. But tomorrow at noon, I have an event tomorrow night that I'll be at, so I won't be on the live, but I'll probably be on Talk Time later. But yeah, it's going to be a busy couple days, and then we're going to the weekend, and who knows?
Right. How about you, Trina?
Our next show will be Monday, and I probably actually won't make Monday because where I live, the Lonoke County Republican Committee is having like a 3-in-1 meeting and nominating new people. And one of my passions for this last year has been involved in our local politics. And so I know I need to show up and make sure my vote counts for who's going to represent in our committee. So I'm bowing out on Monday night, but we're Monday through Thursday with Ton, which is the Angel Warrior Network. And then you can catch some of our stuff on our personal channels. Mine's Redneck Rhapsody and hers is CJ H2O. So.
Gotcha. All right. And for me, I'll see those that would like to join 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow at the same bat channel. All right, guys. Everybody take care.
I will see you even if I don't talk to you then.
That'll work.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.